Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another video. Thanks for joining me here on another video, of course. And this video is all about Linux, and we're going to continue our Linux journey, and we're going to learn and build on ideas and concepts of the past. So thank you for all the new subscribers that I have. I really appreciate it. And for those who are returning, of course, I also appreciate you as well. So anyways, guys, before we jump into today's topic, and by the way, if you're wondering what today's topic is going to be all about, we're going to dive into how do we go ahead and sync files between computers. Because in the last video, I showed you guys how to compress files together in order to share them. So now we're actually going to take those compressed files now and share them with another computer. So I'm going to teach you some really cool commands. And as you're seeing here, we are on the desktop. With these commands now, again, you'll be able to share those files with computers and help you out with other things such as backups and so on and so forth. So as always, guys, as I say this in every video, if this is your first time finding me, go ahead and start in my Linux playlist and work your way from the bottom, meaning the first video, all the way up here, because we do build on concepts and ideas of the past. And it's very easy to get lost if you have no idea what I'm saying. And I don't want you to get lost. So go ahead, start with the first video, make your way up to this one, and we can build on those ideas and concepts. That way you're successful. Also as well, guys, if you appreciate my videos and they help you out tremendously, go ahead and give me a like for the video as it helps the channel grow. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications. That way you're notified when I upload new videos to the channel. And then lastly, of course, share this with a family member or friend. And if you're interested in talking tech or any other topics in general, links to my calendar are in the description. Go ahead and book time on my calendar. It does fill up quickly these days. So if you want to go ahead and speak, again, links are in the description. Let's go ahead and jump into the desktop now. And without further ado, let's share files between computers leveraging a command that I think everybody should know. And that command is called rsync. Now, before we jump into rsync, right? Matter of fact, actually, I'll show it to you guys real quick. If I were to do man rsync, it tells you it's a fast, versatile, remote, and local file copying tool. So you can go ahead and read that at your own time, but let's go ahead and exit out of here. Just so I can go ahead and give you the gist of this, there's more than one way of doing this. And I'm specifically only going to show you rsync because the other ways, either they're not really intuitive, I've never found them to be intuitive, or they're not as secure. So I'll give you one example of another command that does something very similar to rsync, but the problem is it's not secure. So if we were to do a man scp, this stands for secure copy. So you can copy files between computers. But the funny thing is this is not as secure as rsync, number one. And number two, the other reason why I like rsync compared to some of the other tools, not just SCP, is that let's say you're copying a file for one machine to the next. If at any point there is a hiccup in the network or something stops it from transferring, with rsync, it can pick up where it left off and continue the transfer. And the other cool thing is that it actually does the differences. So what that means is, let's say I sent 50% of the file and there's only 50% left, which is the difference. It will send that difference over. Or let's say, for example, I've transferred a file in the past and that file now has added and grown some additional things to it. And again, maybe it's, I don't know, I'm going to make this up, 1 gig in size, and then it grew to 1.1. Well, instead of sending now the whole entire 1.1 gigs because of the new increase, rsync will allow you to calculate the difference and just send that 0.1 over the network instead of sending the whole entire thing. So I think rsync is a much, much better tool than a lot of the other tools that are available. So again, for the purpose of this video, we're going to focus on rsync. So if you take a look at what's inside of our directory here, we have our tar example from last time. So let's go inside in our tar example directory, and we created this from the previous video. And by the way, if you guys haven't checked out that video, go ahead and check it out because we are literally leveraging the last video to do this video. So if I look inside here, again, we have a couple of files. I showed you in the last video of how to take these tar balls and essentially package up multiple files or directories in there. and then you can share that. So I want to go ahead and take this shell underscore files.tar, and I want to share that with another computer. And that is the computer that is going to receive it. And then we're going to compare and contrast to see if that is uh, essentially the same files are in the next computer. And again, we're going to share leveraging the rsync command. So just to show you guys what I got going on here, again, this is my machine that I have here. Of course, this machine is where we originally do all of our work. But I have another machine here, and I'll bring this into the picture here. But this is an Ubuntu machine. And the other really cool thing is that these tools and commands are pretty much ubiquitous across the board with all Linux machines. So even though I'm going to be leveraging a different Linux distro, this stuff all still works together. So ideally, if I were to share this shell underscore files.tar, I should see that here in this machine. Preferably, I think I'm going to put it in the home directory. So yeah, I'm going to put it in the home directory over here, and we should see that show up in this particular directory here. So let's go ahead and real quickly, I want to make sure that I grab the right person here. So let's do a terminal. And when I say the right person, I'm talking about, I want to make sure that I have the right username, because we need the username of the machine that we want to send stuff to, right? So if I were to do a who am I, you can see that I'm Lewis in this machine. And the machine is called El Acosta. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and bring this out of the picture. Let's practice that rsync command now. All right, so in order to get this to work now, again, we're transferring the shell underscore files.tar to our Ubuntu machine just to make sure that we get this to go. Let's do rsync. And now we have to give it the options that it needs in order to go ahead and do this transfer. So I'm going to do a -A. And let's go real quickly over what that -A looks like and what it's for. So let's go over to File, open up a new window. And let's go ahead and bring this in a little bit. So let's take a look at man page for rsync. And if I were to take a look at what the -A looks like, so here's the really cool thing. As you're seeing here, -A stands for archive mode. And essentially archive mode is the equivalent of doing -RLPTGO and capital D. So if you're interested in what all of these means, then you would go into each one of these individually and look them up accordingly. So for example, if we were to do the first one, which is a -R, so again, we're seeing here the -R stands for recursive. So recurse into directories, right? So that is your first option. L, let's do an L real quick. That is links. So it's essentially copies symlinks. So you're seeing now that it does recursive and does symlinks. And then we'll do one more. What does the P mean? So if I were to go and take a look at P, so as you see, -P stands for perms, or it preserves the permissions of everything that you're transferring over. So it's pretty cool how you can do all of that with one option. But again, if you're interested in seeing what else, go through the man page, look at it yourself, and you'll see exactly what that -A does. But the other one that I want to leverage, and we'll look it up here real quickly, is the -V option. So -V, as you're seeing here, stands for verbose, increase verbosity. So let's go ahead and quit out of here. So we are going to use an rsync -AV for verbose. And then now we have to pick what is the file that we want to transfer. So in this case, we're already in the directory, and I can just point it to shell underscore files.tar. Now, here's the thing. The next option is, where do we want to send this to? And what we're going to send this to is Lewis, because remember, that was the username of the Ubuntu machine. Now, Lewis at, and we're going to put an at here. Now, here's the next part. Now, the next part is we have to go ahead and use either the host name of the machine or the IP address. And in our particular case here, we're going to leverage the IP address because I never set up DNS. So doing the host name will never resolve. So if we were to bring in our Ubuntu machine now, let's do an nmcli. And we can see here that our IP address is 192.168.1.226. So let's go ahead and get this out of the way. And then let's do 192.168.1.226. Now, what is the next part that comes after this? Now, the next part is once we connect to the machine, where do we want to store this file? And remember, I said earlier, I want to put this on the home directory for Lewis. So here's how you do that. You do a colon now in order to separate the machine and the username and all that good stuff. But after this now is the directory of where things are going. So you want to do a slash because that's the beginning of the hierarchy or the directory structure hierarchy. And by the way, if you're not familiar with how the directory hierarchy works and you want to go ahead and say, okay, I want a quick way of figuring out where I put my stuff. If we go back to the Ubuntu machine here, right, you can see print working directory. Where am I? And again, I said that I wanted to do the home directory. So even though I'm in the home directory now, you can actually leverage PWD or print working directory in order to tell you where the home directory is. And in this case for Lewis, this is it, /home/Lewis. Your mileage will be different, but again, that's the answer right there. So meaning that I can now take /home/Lewis. And we do an enter on this. And now it's asking you, hey, do we want to connect to this machine? I haven't seen this before. I'm going to say yes. And now it's asking me the password for the Ubuntu machine. So let's go ahead and put that password in. And as you see here, it says sending shell files tar. And it gives you a little bit of information about what is sent, the speed, total size, all that good jazz. So let's go ahead now and bring over our Ubuntu machine. And if I take a look here, there is in our home, there is the shell files tar. So that's pretty cool. Now, I was able to transfer our tarball from one machine to the next using Rsync, which is nice. Now, let's compare, right? So if I were to go ahead and take a look, if we did an ls as we've seen before, we have our bash examples, right? So if I were to go ahead and bring up our machine here, and I were to take a look at, there is the shell files tar, and let's say I were to create a directory, and we'll call it tar example, just like the other machine, right? Now, if we were to move our shell files tar into our, actually, let's not move it in there. Let's leverage some of the lessons we learned in the previous video. Instead of moving it, we can go ahead and just do tar-xvf. And remember, you should know what this means by now. So extract verbose file, and we're gonna target the shell_files.tar. Now let's do a capital C, and you know why it's a capital C if you watch my previous video. And let's go ahead and say tar example. And let's hit an enter here. And then now let's go into our tar example and do an ls. So what do you know? You have 1, 2, 3, 4, which is our bash examples, and then the Lewis shell. And then if I were to compare it to over here, you have 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that is our 4 files, and it's exactly as you see it here. So essentially, we took our tarball, and with Rsync, we were able to send it to another directory, or should I say another computer. And then once we got it to another computer, you're now able to see that I was able to easily share files. And the same thing can go with directories. I was easily able to share this file from one computer to the next. And that's how you can do that with Rsync, which is really, really awesome. All right, guys. And just like that, a quick little example of how you can leverage Rsync in order to synchronize files between one machine to the next. Again, super, super simple. Go ahead and give that a shot. Try it on your own. See if that works. And practice makes perfect. I know you guys can do it, so keep on practicing. And by the way, if you guys have any questions at all, you can leave me questions in the comment section below. I do read them and I go through each and every one of them, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. But anyways, guys, that'll do it for this video. Love you all. Appreciate you all. Thanks for joining us. And if you like the videos that I make and it's helping you out tremendously, go ahead and give me a like for the video as it helps the channel grow. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications. That way you're notified when I upload new videos to the channel. And then lastly, of course, share this with a family member or friend. who's interested in learning about tech. And as always, guys, if you want to talk tech, remember, links are in the description to my calendar. You can go ahead and find time on my calendar. We can connect and we can talk all things either tech, or we can go ahead on some of the other topics that I cover. And before I let you go, if you don't want to wait for my next video to drop, YouTube thinks that you like this one popping up on screen. So go ahead and give that a watch, and I will see you all in the next one.